Awoo! Let's go. Bang, bang, not a gang. 49ers are in control of their destiny. Let's go.
You're on a very special Tarredome. It is Friday. The whole week has just been topsy-turvy. I was tired too. I came on Wednesday. I said maybe I'll be on Thursday. And I'm starting to sound like a great go-go record if y'all are from the great DC area. On a Monday, I am waiting. On a Tuesday, I am fading. On a Wednesday, I can't sleep.
Classic.
I'm on Friday right now with the great Wolfie. I see the Regal Eagle is in the building. I see Crazy Juice out there. What's up, man? Oh man, we're gonna filter in some people. We're gonna be talking about some stuff. We're coming off a very exciting Thursday night, Wolfie. You went live. I was on with you in the chat. Please, by all means, let's start it out right now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. Wolfie, just go ahead and tell us, man, your take on that crazy night that was last night.
That game was, like everyone is saying right now, game of the year. 110% game of the year. There was a moment in the game where it wasn't that. It just felt like the game was over. You're like, okay, Sam Darnold can't do this. He's playing like trash. The defense is not getting the stops it needs against this Rams team. It really looked like this game was over in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left when they were down 30-14. The Seahawks were, and to make that comeback. And I have I actually have this information here, real quick. That I think is actually. I don't have it on my phone. So I'll just tell you guys the stat. So so all time when trailing by 15 plus points in the fourth quarter, it is 0-172.
Whoa!
172 games. The Seahawks are the first team to ever come back with in the fourth quarter behind 15 plus points in the fourth quarter, and this is according to CBS Sports. So. I think that's mind-blowing. Props to them. It just goes to show you had every right to doubt, but also like how crazy that comeback actually is. They had to get both 2-point conversions. 3 of them. Sorry, they had to get 3. Okay, they had to get 3. So it's a very thank you so much, Seahawks. Like you were like, this is an upset. This is 110% upset. Even if you won flat out, this would have been an upset. You did. You defied the odds. Thank you guys so much for it. Some people don't want to say they're rooting for the Seahawks. I'll just say it. I was rooting for the Seahawks. That's just how it is. I needed them to win so that my 49ers can benefit. That's what it's all about.
That's what it is.
So I was rooting for them, and they got the W. This game was a thrill ride from the very, the doubt that you had all the way until Darnold throws that ball in the 2-point conversion to win the game. That doubt is the adrenaline rush is insane. That game definitely needs to be nominated. Probably is game of the year. I think there's another one earlier in the year that was crazy too, but this one definitely based on significance, the comeback, the story, that's insane, right? And also another benefit to this real quick is the 49ers haven't had a loss like this. So at least now when the Seahawks when Rams bring up oh, you guys blew a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, I'm like, you blew a 16 points in 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Shut it. That's what I would say.
Rams, shams, lambs,
exactly.
Rams. Yeah, Rams. Because y'all will drop in the DMs and give me a lot of grief there. Pause. Man, it was great. I tell you, Sam Darnold, when he threw I named it on your chat. I was it's called the trash to treasure. It was a trash play to try to do a screen for a 2-point conversion. I'm like,
that was such a roller coaster.
That is the worst play they've tried since the Super Bowl when they should have gave the ball to beast mode. Who throws a screen Where? and threw it backwards, hits the guy in the head, and heads up by, was it Charbonnet or who was it? Was
I think it was Kenneth Walker. I thought that
it
picked
was
it up.
I think what
Or Charbonnet. It was with Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker.
It was one of the running back who just said, "Let me just go and pick it up." Yeah, ain't nobody. He didn't know. He didn't get in there and end zone dance, spike it or nothing. He just said, "And let me pick this ball up and give it to the ref." Just being courteous, ladies and gentlemen. I think he was being courteous. I think he was just saying, "Let me go ahead and pick it up."
Yeah, he was just like, "Oh, whatever. I'm near it." So
I'm here, the ball right there. Let me go ahead. And he picks it up in the end zone. And the refs is like, "Wait, did you just pick that up in the end zone?" And you say, "Yeah, I just you're a grand prize winner." He was like, Publishers Clearinghouse. Man, that thing was awesome. That was.
I thought it was funny how like it's kind of playing into what you just said there, where it's like you win the grand prize, and as he's saying that, he's staring at Puka Nacua because Puka was talking shit about the refs before the game. Talking about, have you heard about that? Yeah. So he's like, you win the grand prize. Stares at Puka.
Popping that mouth off, Puka Nacua, or whatever. Popping that mouth off. And he had an awesome night, man. They couldn't stop him, man. They couldn't stop him. Puka was 225 yards in the game. I don't have the stats in front of me. I'll pull them up, but I know he had 225. Like, I watched Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Ocho. Puka had 225, man. He had 225 yards, man. That is a career night for him. And Ocho, yeah, man, that he balled out, but they lost. They lost.
Yeah, I like somebody lost.
They lost, though. They lost.
You sound so much like Shannon Sharp. That was like on point.
Did I hit it?
That was pretty close. Man, that was pretty close.
Shout out to myself and shout out to Wolfie for recognizing my talent. Air horns for Wolfie. And some applause. Coming in the chat as we speak, but yeah, man, it was just wow, what I was like Sam Darnold, and you were talking him too, man. I was like, I called him damn Darnold. What are you I'm just are you gonna compete tonight? What are you doing?
Yeah, that was the funniest play ever. That 2-point conversion, dude. I remember I was just laughing my ass off. I don't know if it's because it's so late. I was just laughing so hard because the play was so bad. It worked. It's just so
then what a trash play. And Wolfie is his own entertainment a consortium. If you haven't seen his shorts, the guy can play multiple characters and everything. So he's just like the most expressive cat. I can't believe you did it. What is that? Oh my God! Oh, why would you do that? What's wrong with you people? You just don't care about winning. And then the ref, I'm looking and I said, hold on, why are these refs public? Are they getting together and saying it was such a trash play? Let's give them a penalty for the trash. But they were coming to bed and say, yeah, no, it was a backwards pass. The ball was live. We didn't call anything. We didn't blow the whistle. And the millionth customer at Benny's Bargain Basement and wholesale just goes into the end zone, picks it up, and then they pop with it. It's good. I'm like, what?
Just going surreal. It's like, what? I remember being like, your screens haven't been working all game. Like, why are you doing a screen here? It hasn't been working. What are you doing? This is predictable. I was so livid because I'm like, you just made the stupidest play call. Like you said, since like
since Pete Carroll decides to do the Russell Wilson, which is the equivalent of you having Michael Jordan with seconds on the clock, and you saying, "Let's throw the ball to Cartwright." Um,
Yeah.
they decided to do a screen. They could have did a fade. You could have did 57 bootleg drag option pass. You could have went floods. You could have went sprint right option pass. You could have did so many plays. No, we're gonna run a screen and hit the guy in the helmet with it.
That play was so funny, dude. That's crazy, dude. So, but yeah, obviously it's controversial though, because there's so many people are upset about it, being like, I've never seen that before. Sean McVay after the game was heated. He was like, I've never seen that before. Like I understand where Rams fans kind of come from, where it's like, I thought that wasn't where the ball needs to be where it's spotted, right? Well, the ball was spotted in the end zone because it hit the dude in the helmet and it didn't land until it hit the end zone. So that's where the spot's at. So that's the argument there. But some people are saying that's not true. So there's like this huge debate right now on the internet right now about did that count, did not. I would say this though to that. Even if you thought it was, that play did not define your loss. The Rams lost because they gave that game away. The Seahawks had multiple opportunities to win the game, but the Rams had significantly more opportunities to close that game. True. And if you want to blame that loss and that 2-point conversion, you're just finding any reason to excuse that loss for your Rams. How about you be like, whoa, we just blew a 16-point lead with 10 minutes left. You need to take responsibility. Be like, okay, my team was just bad there. Yeah, sketchy call, but that was not the defining moment. So
it wasn't. There's a whole bunch of how much time was left after and the game is in the 15-minute quarters. 2 of them per half. You had a whole bunch of other times to make a whole bunch of other plays, and often did. Like I said, they just had no answer for Puka, man. I was living with the Seattle defense. They didn't roll coverage over the Puka. My adage is this, and I'm from the old school of Bill Belichick and the Cats, man. The guy. You know the guy on the other team. You know who he is. Let's not act like he's not special. This guy is cooking. Bill Belichick and his ilk, Spagnola, great Dick LeBeau, and, defensive guys worse than assault say, I'd be damned if it's him that beats you. You better get practice squad Danny, and I will leave him alone. But I am not letting this guy beat me. I will double, triple, quadruple cover him. He's not going to beat me. Find somebody else. And every time I look, whenever Matt the Cat Stafford needed it, he said, well, 12's down there somewhere.
Yeah. 100%. Like it's you're right. It's where it's just like have the number 3 wide receiver beat you because Adams is out, right? Devontae Adams is not there.
Yeah,
so
Devontae Adams out, which helped tremendously.
Yeah. So you want to let the wide receiver 3 beat you here. Like, okay, my number 3 corner is going to go up against your number 3 wide receiver. Well, I guess my number 2 wide receiver corner is going to go up against your number 3 wide receiver. Let that man beat you. I totally agree 110%. I don't understand the let's go zone coverage and not focus on closing in on Puka Nacua because I saw this every time. And I pointed it out. Every time it was like the same play in the hash marks every single time. Maybe a different route, but Puka would end up in the same spot and he would get a big gain. Same thing for a tight end where Matthew Stafford overthrew him. He would hit that hash mark and cut inside, and then he overthrew him. It's like it's almost as if there's a very distinct hole in that Seahawks defense that they took advantage of, and Puka took advantage of frequently. And so that is on the Seahawks defense. I don't understand. They obviously won. I get that, but they wouldn't have won if it wasn't for the Rams completely choking that. So they did their thing, I think, when it comes to game planning with Puka Nacua. They did their thing. And you can't allow that going into the playoffs when you face them again because you can't count on them choking again. Like,
Yeah, they're not going to do that again, and it's not going to be in Seattle. It'll be on the road.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
not doing that again. So a win's a win, and I finally got a Thursday night game. I've been wrong on that Thursday night prediction
have you?
for Wolfie. I think the last time I got a Thursday night right was when I took the 49ers over the Rams when we upset them. That I think that was the last Thursday.
Really, dude?
I keep getting the Thursday night wrong, even in our.
Don't gamble on Thursdays.
Man, I get that Thursday night wrong every time. And even this one, I just went on to flip the chip. I flipped this chip. It was if it was this side, it was Rams. I marked it. And if it was that side, it was Seattle. I flipped the daggone thing. I took Seattle and won.
Coin flip.
Because I kept missing on that. And when you got the predictions for the whole, for the whole week, and you start off on Thursday night, Wolfie, it's like, for real, when you lose on Thursday night, you're like,
it's a bad vibe.
Yeah, you already know you're not gonna go undefeated. So now it's like, oh well, let's see what we got, But
everyone wants to go undefeated in predictions. Yeah, everyone wants to go undefeated in predictions for sure.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it one time. I think I've seen one guy do it one time, but outside of that, it never
usually
happens.
You miss one, and then even more usual is it's 2 or 3 upsets in there. You're like, for real, nobody saw that coming. They were favored by 10.
Browns beating the Green Bay Packers, for example.
You're like,
who would have saw that?
Hell?
Unless you're a Packers fan, who sees that coming? So yeah, I totally agree on 10% on that. Like, when it comes to predictions, man, I usually go based on like what I want and need to happen sometimes, just because like I want to have that hope. I want to have that energy, right? When I go into there, like, come on, you can do it. But I know deep inside, like, if you asked me, if you told me to put money on that game on Thursday night, I would have bet the Rams. Like, I would 110% bet the Rams. I would not have second guessed it. I'm like, the Seahawks are going to lose this game, but I needed and wanted the Seahawks to win. So it's kind of a emotional decision, which you don't do in betting. So
that's what I did. And I watched the Vegas line. The Vegas line started with the Seahawks favored by a point. Usually you're supposed to get 3 just being at home. And then it went to 0, Wolf. It was a pick-em. So really? it made me even think, it's going to end in a tie. And I was looking at scenarios. How does that help the San Francisco 49ers if they tie, if they split it? I was looking at every angle you possibly can. And it was a tie at the end of regulation because of the treasure the trash to treasure play. And it could have went the other way, man. It could have been, but at the end, Seattle.
So what happens? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So what happens if we do get a tie? Did you find out? Like, if there was a tie, would we have been screwed?
No, it would have benefited us. I think it would have benefited because it gets that half a game, and then if we roll the table, which we need to do, we would have gotten credit, and by a half a game, by a sliver, we would have still won the NFC West. So, so
that crossed my mind. I never actually did research or look it up or anything like that, but that did cross my mind. And some people in the chat were like, what happens if we get a tie? Someone in the chat says it screws us. You say it benefited us. So I don't know, but what you said made sense.
Yeah, it would have still been a half a win for or a half a loss for the Rams, which we don't have a whole loss. So I think that would have benefited us. I got to look at it again. But that half would have helped. But it just goes to show, man, hey, it's topsy-turvy. Dealing with a division game, familiar foes the old adage is familiarity breeds content, and that just means once I know a guy and I see a guy,
Yeah.
2 times a year, and you know his plays, they know your plays. You can't break out anything new and different. They're ready for you. It can be pretty combustible, and it was everything. Prime
Well,
Amazon Prime signed the deal to have Thursday Night Football for just that type of game.
yeah. Ever since, like, I gotta say, like, there was a moment where Amazon Prime Thursday was not worth it, but I'd say this year was definitely worth Amazon buying Thursday Night Football and getting that, because these games have been absolutely phenomenal. And speaking of predictable plays, I want to point this out. I called it out in the live. I was like, "That's a screen." I was like, "The Seahawks are doing a screen," and then they did the next play, just flipped, and I was like, "This is the same play, another screen," and it was a screen. I was like, "Are you serious?" I called it every single time. This is so predictable, dude.
You're becoming a golden domer. We do our homework. We know the formations. We see it setting up. You're like, this is obviously a veiled attempt.
Tarredome showed me what's up, dude. I know this play.
Look at the splits. Look at this. It's now they changed it on the other side. This is why you get your Luke Kuechly's, your Ray Lewis's, your Ed Reeds. They just look at the film. Everybody has a pattern. Every human being has a pattern. We're creatures of habit. And if you don't believe me, I tell you, everybody who are the 16 of you that are showing viewing right now, not including those on Twitch and Twitter, move the trash can in your kitchen. Move it wherever it is. If you put it under the sink, if you put it over by the door, over by the counter, whatever you do, move that trash can. And I bet you will throw some trash right where it used to be the next time it'll throw you off, because you're creatures of habit. And play callers do it all the time. Teams do it all the time. You just got to get the rhythm of it. Everything has a rhythm. Everything has a pattern. And just pick up on that pattern, and you two are now a guru.
So pay attention to Tarredome shows, guys. You'll know what's up. You'll see those tendencies. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give you the tendency, baby. Hey, baby, I'm here for the tendency.
But yeah, the just kind of top it all off, man. That's my last thing I would say about that game, honestly, is about the quarterbacks real quick. It's just Donald. Shout out to Donald getting that one drive where he did not look like utter garbage. And it came in the clutch, so shout out to him. But he was definitely the main reason why they were losing that game so bad. And then last but not least, Matthew Stafford got his ass beat all game, dude, and he was throwing dots, bro. That's the reason why
he's gonna wear a gold jacket, man. Matt the Cat is real. He is.
Once he gets that MVP, he's Hall of Fame for sure, guaranteed.
He used to be a commentator up in Detroit. He used to be on ESPN. Rob Parker. And he just makes me. His voice will make you so mad. He used to follow Matt Stafford up in Detroit, and this is how the national media can do. He would always paint Matt Stafford as he called him Stat Padford, because he would just get all of these big stats, and he would say, "No way, no how, Stat Padford, he's really garbage. All he does is get a whole bunch of stats when it doesn't matter." But
is this Rob Parker? You said? Is this Rob
Parker? Rob Parker of ESPN Entertainment.
No way, no how.
No way, no how.
Every time he said that, it was like a curse, because it would always come back to bite him in the ass.
He was always wrong. He was always wrong. Rob Parker in man, and God bless his soul. Clark Kellogg. Clark Kellogg for basketball. If Clark Kellogg said this team is gonna win, it's a lock, go the other way. go the other way. Clark Kellogg was always wrong on his picks. And Rob Parker, man, Rob Parker can't pick boogers.
I can't pick boogers.
He
PG joke
just
there. I
was,
like it.
he was poo-pooing Matthew Stafford. He doesn't like you call him Matt for whatever. That's what I hear. And Matthew Stafford is a real one, man. He got that Super Bowl. McVay beat us to the punch. We were in pursuit of him and trying to find him in Cabo, but McVay, he snaked us on that one. and he's had a stellar career. And he's tough. He's a tough guy, man. Toughness is so underrated.
Yeah.
Wolfie, I was thinking about it. I guess this week, a few days ago. You know why we miss on receivers a lot? The most ardent and resident thread of a trait of a receiver that you need is toughness. All the great ones
Ricky Pearsall
are. I ain't even go there, y'all. That will whoop it. But I digress. Toughness. If you think about your favorite receivers, mine is obviously Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice doesn't get the credit. His stats were just so phenomenally crazy, but he's a tough SOB, man.
Yeah,
he
dude.
will drag you into the deep end of the water. And he would out tough you with his conditioning. He was putting his body through stuff on the off season that you weren't ready in the fourth quarter, and he killed you for 20 years. Michael Irvin punched out defensive linemen. Hines Ward would get penalties for knocking people out. Anquan Bolden, Fitzgerald. Toughness is where it has to be when we're looking for receivers. We got to look at tough guys. They got to be tough. They can't be punks, man. They can't be soft. And we get so enamored with guys who, he runs a 4.39. Oh, this guy, he's really tough. He runs a 4.2 flat. And he
pretty routes.
Yeah. He pretty routes. In the Under Armour, looking real sleek, and he gets a lot of girls and stuff like. No, man, you need a tough SOB playing receiver in the months of December and January and February. He got to be willing to go across the middle. He got to be fearless across the middle. He got to play with a couple broken fingers, and he's got to block downfield and be willing to knock a SOB out.
Yeah.
Toughness is very important when looking for a receiver.
To add to the Jerry Rice thing, man, I just recently knew this, and I feel kind of ashamed because I'm a 49ers fan. I should know this. But finding out that he broke his kneecap, the Jerry Rice broke his kneecap and tore his ACL, I believe, in the same year.
Well, it was a torn ACL. I'm going to tell you how it went down, Wolfie. I was in Fort Rucker, Alabama. We were going to go to the Super Bowl that year. It was 1998, early in the season. First game, there's a reverse. And we're playing Warren Sapp in the board. They were a real good defense, but they had an offense that's horrible. But Sapp, they would eventually go on and win the Super Bowl in a couple more years. But Sapp face masks him and tears his ACL. That was the first game of the year. Mm-hmm. Jerry Rice commits to getting back that year. It is Monday night, December 15th. The season opened on the 1st of September. Jerry Rice is back off a torn ACL December 15th. And I remember it was December 15th because it was Joe Montana night. They're retiring his jersey, putting his name in the Raptors and stuff. Jerry targeted that date, came back, scored a touchdown. And when he did, it was against the Denver Broncos, and when he scored, the guy fell on his knee and cracked his patella. He came
It's
back
hard to come back from that, dude.
in the season, Wolfie. He came back in the season and was there for Joe Montana night. Incredible guy, man.
Yeah, to add to that, it's like we are so far ahead medically now, and we're not seeing players do that. We're not seeing nobody's done that. Like, and people want to say like, but he got injured in that game. It was his different leg. If I remember correctly, it was a different leg. It was his other leg that he broke his kneecap on. It wasn't the Achilles.
It might have been the same one. I think it was the same one. I think it was the same one. I think it was. But just him coming back December 15th. He was back in December, the second week of December. And he had torn it that first week of the season. It was the first game. Yeah. It was the first game. Could have been the second, but I remember very early in the season. Down at Fort Rucker. Yeah.
Well, imagine it's a traumatic moment to see your see your goat just fall like that's traumatic.
Oh man. Oh, Wolfie. We had Garrison Hurst, T.O. Steve Young was here. We were going to Super Bowl, Wolfie, and we still did really, really well. But Garrison Hurst cracks his ankle, a real bad break against Atlanta in the playoffs. That's what derailed that season. We were going back to Super Bowl. We were going back, but yeah, man, that in the same year, it would have been like maybe it ain't a good time to bring him up, but it would have been like BA being ready to go a game one this year. You know what I mean? The equivalent of just keeping it in the compartmentalization of the injury. If BA was ready to start game one this year, you would have looked at him like this mug made out of that same stuff that Wolverine is made out of. It was, man. Jerry was different. And Adrian Peterson, shout out to him. He came back in a year and it was better than he was before he left. But people, look, that stuff ain't, those is two people that God just makes once every blue moon. Most people don't do that. It take them a year. And if you think Patrick Mahomes is going to be ready game one next year, no, it's not. No, no, man. No, that's special.
When do you think he's going to come back?
It takes a year, Wolfie. It take a year, man. It take a ACL tear takes a year. It takes a year. And even then, unless you made of superhuman vibranium titanium, it gonna take you 3 weeks after that year to feel comfortable and have people falling around it. And Wolfie, if you stub your toe right now, that thing hurts so bad.
So bad. So many nerves in that toe, dude.
You better not touch my toe. Man, if you tear ACL, MCL, meniscus and stuff, dude, you can't just come back off that.
I'm gonna make a prediction, and you can totally hold me against me. Remind me in a year. I think he's gonna come back just because I do think I know a lot of people want to hate on Patrick Mahomes, but I do think he's tough. I've seen him be injured and stuff like that and still perform and go out there even if he plays injured. I'm not saying he's Jerry Rice level of tough or maybe not even Adrian Peterson, but I do think there's a level of toughness in Patrick Mahomes that I think he comes back week 5. And you can hold me, I'll say week 5. I won't say week 1. That's too soon.
Okay.
But give me a month after that.
Okay.
I'll say week 5. That's crazy, but I think he's got that toughness.
Given the fact he plays quarterback and you can't touch him, and he won't be regular Patrick Mahomes if he does.
Yeah.
He's going to be dropped back. He's going to be a new invention of Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be drop back. I'm getting this ball out, throwing it there. You can do that a little bit with quarterback, but a player like Michael Parsons, who has to constantly go against 300-pounders, bend, change directions, backpedal, bull rush. No, it's going to take you a year. It's going to take you a year. Or a receiver who has to cut, plant, dead-legged, hezzy. It takes you a year. It takes you a year.
And you are not saying like, okay, the quarterback doesn't use his Achilles, his ACL, and all that. Obviously, he does, but you're saying like significantly the main like push off is your ACL and your Achilles. Yeah. So and you're putting so much force into the lineman, like you said. So it's you're 110% correct, because like you need your ACL to be fully healthy. You need your Achilles to be fully healthy to be able to handle that kind of pressure again. So it's. As for like, if you were a quarterback, you could be like, I could put a little bit of pressure on this, throw it, like you can adjust.
I wear the blue jersey. I don't have to do this at practice. Nobody touch me. Nobody come near me. You could tell people, hey, don't look at me in the eyes. You're the quarterback. That's a little different. It's almost a step up from kicker, but real football players who do this and have to get down in the trenches, Wolfie, just people falling around and diving around you makes you, hey, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. You get phantom pains all of a sudden because you're like, oh my God, ooh, I didn't even touch you.
Did you fall?
Yeah. So, and it kind of makes me excited about Curtis York. I believe is that the guy who drafted in the 7th round? His name is Curtis York, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah, the Maple
Missile. Yeah, played on his ACL the entire year, so there's some toughness there. So you can play quarterback. So you can do it.
That's a tough SOB. Phillip Rivers, who we going to play. Old man River did it one time.
Yeah,
he played a game. A playoff game on the torn ACL,
Some people are built different, man.
Man. Yeah, the toughness is so important. And just because you play football, a lot of guys. Wolfie, I done ran into a whole bunch of guys coming up, man. They were gifted. They were big and gifted and athletic and fast. But Wolfie, they were soft as Charmin tissue. Mentally, they just, I once you gave them that soup, but we call it a soup bone. When I put that forearm up in your chest, you'll fold like a cheap soup. Yeah, they ain't with that.
Yeah, this guy Rams fans like, hey man, I just want to hear you chill. We're gonna lose the Colts. You're gonna lose to the Bears. Yeah. Hey man, I'm just here to chill, but
but y'all probably lose to the Bears, and that's it.
I will say this though, I would say that's our toughest game out of the final 3. Seahawks, I feel like in division, we know their recipe, we can get the W. I totally think that can happen. The Bears, though, I'm more concerned. They're way more all around, offensive, defensively, and special teams. They got it all.
It's going to be a test. It's going to be a test. It's going to be a test, but I'm up for it. We cross that bridge. We get to this is what we have to do. Lock in on the next game. That's every game is a Super Bowl. Every game is a postseason game. This is what I call the postseason. This is when winners start. After Thanksgiving, this is when the season starts. I predicted this very, very early in the season when the schedule came out. I told y'all it's going to be 11 wins up in there.
You did.
After Thanksgiving, when it starts getting cold, when you have to start making good decisions, when you need to be tough, we'll see how it all shakes out. Don't look at it on paper right now. I guess that's all the way you can do it. We'll just play them one by one. And Wolfie, we stand right now. If we can win the next 3 regular seasons and then put 3 or 4 more in succession by my birthday, February 10, we're wearing rings. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Go into the playoffs hot, go into the playoffs hungry, go into the playoffs healthy. Hey, we'll see what's up. You got to line up and you got to play. And injuries happen to everybody. Fortunately, it looks like we got ours out of the way and we're on the mend.
You're right in that, and we're like everyone at the beginning of the year was like, this is such an easy schedule. But if you now go look back today at all the teams we played, like half the schedule I believe were all playoff teams. So it's really incredible to see what this team has done and go as far as it did, because the original prediction at the start of the year was with Fred Warner, with Nick Bosa, and expecting Ayuk to come back. The expectation was 10, 11 wins. We got that with no core defensive players in Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, no Ayuk. All right. It's having to pick up a random kicker and hopefully he's good. Like the dream team here, the Cinderella story is phenomenal. And so I feel like the 49ers are playing with house money. That's what I call it. Yep. I think the 49ers are playing with house money. Go in there with nothing to lose. If you lose in the wild card round, would anybody blame you? Like if you lost the divisional, would anybody blame you with whatever is happening? I know there will be 49ers fans that will, because that's our fan base. Some people are like, you lost. It's like,
it's garbage.
Did you see our team?
You win a Super Bowl. You suck. You're terrible, man. It's
what they always say, man. They people say like it's half luck, half team. Like your injuries are a big deal, and people want to say next man up, but we always talk about it where it's like that depends upon the situation. No player on the 49ers is going to replace Fred Warner. No player on the 49ers is going to replace Nick Bosa. You could fuse 2 players together. They're not going to equal either one of those players. So it's like there's a deficiency here. Accept it and be like, okay, this is something to be proud of. This is something to be like, wow, the culture here is not falling apart. The team here there's so much love here. Kittle, when he talks about Brandon, like, hey, man, I wish he was here, man, but we're doing our thing. You know, I still care about the guy. I love the guy. Like, there's still this love and respect and this positivity this team has, no matter what happens to it. And it does bother me when some fans cannot acknowledge the good within the bad, when the good within the situation, or accept the odds that you're defying. It's almost as if like, have you ever had a struggle in your life and you defied those odds? It's a big deal. It's the same thing with the 49ers. They're defying odds. They're defying expectations. Man. That's a W. So
yeah, man.
That's my rant on that.
It's all about distance travel. The true measure of a man and the measure of a team is the distance travel. I mean, if you were born on third base and you hit a home run, he really did nothing. If you didn't have a ticket to the game, if they made it segregated and you couldn't get in the stadium and you're hitting a home run, that is different. If you're hitting a double, that is different, dude. You've done something in life.
Preach.
You accomplished something. But we got a fan base, and not all of you, especially not the Golden Domers or the Wolfpack, but y'all know who I'm talking. These people are trust fund kids who ain't did much of nothing, and they're the type. Remember that old program used to come on MTV, Sweet 16, when the girl gets a BMW. Her dad buys her a new BMW, and she's because it's not a Benz. These the type of people
that pissed me off, dude. That pissed me off so hard. I seen that video.
Daddy, I wanted a bad. That's how this fan base gets to me sometimes.
You were mentioning a video, right?
Pull back. I have to pull back because they spoil. We won 5 Super Bowls when I wasn't even born, and we should win one every year. And if Brock doesn't do it, he's garbage. Stop acting
really,
like that.
people act like you win a Super Bowl like it's just so easy, as if 12 teams haven't won it yet. I don't understand that. And like maybe 20 teams have only like won one. It's just kind of like accept, like, appreciate what you got, man. Like it's so wild sometimes, but it can be frustrating. I get it, but don't exaggerate to don't act like none of that is special. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The old saying is God don't like ugly and he ain't too crazy about cute. With that said, Wolfie, let me shout my chat out as I only can do. Let me
Use restroom,
go into it. Go ahead right now and let me get some shout chin not you. A Marquis 33. Shout out to y'all Niners, man. What it is, who shall be. Niner for life. 07. Niner for life. It's good to see you. What's up, Wolfie and Tarredome? He says, talking about the captain, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get an air horn to my main man. The captain of yours. The captain Niner. Captain Niner Masty. He says, Puka on his villain art. Yeah, man, Puka was lighting him up. Hey, somebody else had to give me last night, man. But Puka was for 225. It's a lot of teams. They ain't get 225 for the whole game. He got it in one. Tebow is in the building. Tebow Supreme 49er. He says, hey,
like 5 cents, I think. Like maybe like a penny per ad or something like that. But hey, it adds up over time.
Hey, pennies, many penny add up.
It's the accumulation over time. So I know ads suck, but I promise you, I have it on the lowest frequency. Okay, and it supports the channel. But if you don't, but I will say, if you want to go, if you go over Tarredome show, there are no ads. So if you don't like the ads and you don't want to support the channel, you could definitely go over to Tarredome, or you can have both open. Helps out. Anyway,
hey, that's it. You get it in stereo. Let me prepare right now. We are going to face the Indianapolis Colts. Got the dossier ready. The Indianapolis Colts right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think they're standing at an even 8-4, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 8-4. They've had a pretty good year, but they've come upon the injury bug that is the torn Achilles to Indiana Jones, that being Daniel Jones, and they had to enlist services of the previously retired Philip Old Man River. 44 years old. I thought it was 45, but 44 years old. And when I look at him on film, I see a very good running back named Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is legit. He is. I put down 50-50 YBC YAC. I pay attention to a stat called yards before contact and yards after contact. I really started paying attention to this about 2 years ago because I was looking for something to quantify your offensive line. In yards before contact, he's got like 722. In yards after contact, it's 711, or vice versa. So it bodes well. It says he's got a pretty talented offensive line, as well as he's a tough runner after you do contact him. He's got 24 broken tackles for the year, which is tops in the National Football League. He's got good vision. He's always been a good runner, but he ran up on the injury bug the last couple of years. So you fantasy folks, I know y'all been a little disappointed in him, but it's some power in this young man, and I think he's a Wisconsin Badger, I believe.
Sounds familiar. I'll check it out.
They get great pulling and they're a gap scheme team. You'll find a lot of scoop, a lot of double teams. And what I mean by scoop is they'll start with the double team and then on a combo, and then they will peel off, and then they'll try to get to the next level. They try to get to your linebackers and make it easy, giving them bubble, or as a gap scheme, they have a prescribed gap that they want to set it off and get him into, and they've been doing it pretty well. And then based off of that, that opens up, you start dropping one more in the box, and all of a sudden it's opening up holes and opening up the passing game, and that's when Indiana Jones was taking advantage of it. Now they got Phillip Rivers. It changes the algebra a little bit. Looking at their game against the Seattle Sea Chickens last week, they are just trying to get it out of his hands as quickly as possible. Short passes are a premium because, as Shaquille O'Neal would say, you know what I'm saying, 34 was better than 44, and 44 and 34. It's a little bit different. It's a little different now. He's older. He's got a little bit of that grown man padding around him, and I'm going to show you on film why it's a little bit different, but that's how they do it. One thing I noticed, too, when you blitz him, he knows where to go with the ball. That's that experience. They have hard and fast rules for blitzing. If you see an overload blitz to one side, you want to blitz to the vacated, and he reads and recognizes that well. Now, he doesn't have the wheels that Indiana Jones had. He doesn't have the obviously the speed.
That's for sure.
And you ain't got to worry about the RPO happening too much. I don't think Phillip will up on you, but he does have moxie, and what can hurt a little bit is we've had problems manufacturing pressure. We wanted pressure with our front four. We depended on the great Nick Bosa for the last 2-3 years, and now we don't even have that. Last week we didn't. Cam Ward, his jersey stayed white as snow. We didn't even get to him we didn't sack him one time. So what Robert's gonna have to do is manufacture blitzes. He's gonna have to send a corner cat. He's gonna have to send Upton Stout. He's gonna have to send our linebackers. Now that will probably open up some things in the second level and third level, because if you're using your linebackers, if you're using your strong, if you're using your nickel or your star, they're not in coverage now. So he's going to be trying to take advantage of that. So we got to be pretty cognizant about that. Keys to winning: you got to stop Jonathan Taylor first and foremost.
That's like have to 1, 2, and 3.
The run, yeah.
Stop it. Taylor.
If he's running that thing for 6-7 yards a clip, we in for a long day. They're gonna get time of possession. They're gonna open it up. It just ain't gonna be a good thing. We missed some key tackles last week, and you could get by on that a little bit. You can't miss with this kid. This kid's got vision. This kid's got quickness. This kid's got hops. He will take it to the house on you. He'll bust a couple of them off. We found Pollard. Pollard had 104 last week, and we got to tighten our shot group up. And I hope they was out there with that tackling dummy or that donut or whatever they're using this week. Eyes to thighs, squeeze the knees, eat up space, get to them, make open field tackles. Do whatever you got to do, but you got to tackle this thing and gang tackle. There's no reason, or there is no rule against 7 of you tackling one guy. This is tackle football. Amen.
Yeah.
Make them one.
Add to that. Add to that, it was like we're getting reinforcements too in Tatum Bethune, Alfred Collins, and Gross Matos, who are run-stopping players. So.
Very much so.
I'm hoping a better performance than last week for sure. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a very, very valid point. There's a very, very poignant point. Yeah. Let's get to who's a tackling machine. I was looking at
proud of
the
Bethune
report, and I think Nick Martin is still in concussion protocol, or he did not practice yesterday. I'll get to that, but we want all hands on deck, man. We want good, solid tackles, good, solid line of scrimmage play. We want to occupy up those big guards, and when they pull, we got to do something called hip pocket. I'll explain more when we watch the film. Get your hands up, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive line. It's no reason that we can't knock down a few balls. Pause. Philip Rivers is a sidearm kind of thrower, and he doesn't utilize. He's a big guy. He's from down here. He went to NC State. He's huge. He's a mountain of a man, but he doesn't go over top with his release like a launcher, like Tom Brady does. He kind of sidearms it a little bit and shot. Yeah, he kind of.
It's such a weird throw, dude.
It's opportunities there, and he's trying to get it out of his hands really quick. So if you're not there in terms of pass, please, by all means, get up and knock a couple of these things down, because he's going to go to the shallow cross. He's going to the quick screens. He's going to those little things, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Protect the football at all costs. They're opportunistic defense, and they try to they are leading in takeaways, not in the National Football League, but they're pretty close. They've been very, very successful taking the ball away from people, and we don't want to fall into that trap. Along with run the rock, run this football. Let's not put it into harm's way. I want a good, efficient, boring game from Brock Purdy. And here's my
quarterback.
My message to Brock, my message to Kyle Shanahan. Look, Brock, you are our quarterback, man. Kyle, you're our guy. Y'all ain't got a damn thing to prove to nobody else outside the confines of 4949 Centennial Boulevard. Don't worry about trying to be big-time passers. Don't worry about impressing anybody with your innovations. You play and you coach and you perform to win the game. Don't try to do anything crazy. Don't try to show off nothing new. Just play efficient, sound, well-executed football. And that means keeping it out of harm's way. These people who want you to go downfield, who will make T-shirts talking about dink and dunk, talking about so-and-so's better. Let's trade for so-and-so and this and that. They all sitting on their damn couch watching you. Don't worry about this outside, these trust fund kids who have no idea what it takes to win. You be efficient. You be flawless in your execution, and you make good decisions. Keep it out of harm's way. Let the coverage dictate where to go with the ball, and you can't go broke taking a profit. If it's open on first down, on a check down, check that thing on down, man. Just check it on down, put it in the hands of the players, and let them run with the rock. Let them get it up to second down in 6 or second down and less, and then get 3 or 4 more yards. Now we're at third and short. Just matriculate the ball down the field. And hey, if we are down in the red zone and you can get it a touchdown, great. If not, let Eddie P come in there and kick a couple field goals. Let's get it. Eat our steak at the wonderful steakhouses up in Indianapolis, and let's come on home. It's playoff football now. I am not trying to win MVP. I am not trying to be pretty. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm trying to get W's. That's my trick to that right here. Because
I
go ahead, Wolf.
I look at this game kind of like let the W kind of come to you. Like you should win this game. Like theoretically, don't do anything crazy. Kind of like Crazy Juice says, no hero ball. It's kind of what you're saying too as well. No hero ball. Go out there, run the ball if you have to. Take what you can have because they don't have an offense really other than Jonathan Taylor. I don't really respect. I know Philip Rivers has that pass of being like he's got some good moments this pass. He's a good quarterback, stuff like that. But I'm not treating a 40 like you should do it. Like go out there and treat him like he's a great quarterback and try to get to him and stop him and stuff. But like at the same time, the dude is 44 with a middle school arm that can't run. So it's just kind of like defensively, you have an opportunity to show out and show up. And I think you should, with that being said, if Brock can just run Chris McCaffrey, run Brian Robinson, do the screens, short passes, and let the W come to you, this should be like a 21-10 W, something like that. Like you don't need to go out there and be like, oh, this if we have to win this game. It's going to be super close, and it's like that's the reality of it. That's not the case. But you do need to treat it like, obviously, if you lose this game, you're probably not going to get the number one seed. There's huge implications of it. There's a such thing as doing too much and doing too little. Just meet in the middle. Be a game manager quarterback. Be that Mac Jones if you have to. You don't have to do anything crazy. Kyle, you don't have to do anything crazy. I don't think that defense is good. But Philip Rivers, I feel like at some point is going to either throw that pick because, he's just got in there. I just mentioned his limitations. He's probably still not familiar with the receivers yet. There's probably going to be a lot of dinking and dunking from him. So it's really just don't do anything crazy. Let the W come to you and try not to overthink it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And I got to say, every time someone throws, you were like in my head now. Every time I watch a game and I see somebody throw a ball on first down, an empty set. Last night they did that. The Seahawks, the Rams did it. I was like, Tarredome would be so disappointed.
What are you doing?
Every game, dude. It's like
and I'm not mad that you don't. You need to, you need to be unpredictable, and it's good to throw it. It's fine to mix it in there and throw it. That's fine. But when you go empty, man, and then throw that daggone thing 18 yards down, you got the late breakers, and you're trying to. Come on, man. On first down, when all you need is 3.5 yards to come on, you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that, man. And you're putting it in harm's way. You don't have to do that. It's like playing on a bridge, and we know you got good balance. Don't play on the bridge and try to do a cartwheel and stuff like you don't need to do that. So
I get that football's entertainment, but like, calm down.
Yeah. Let's get the daggone first down, man. Don't do that.
For real.
Let me share my screen real quick. This is a couple of plays I cut up a little bit, man. Just looking at their couple of formations and things that I noticed. A little bit of Philip Rivers here. Let me open it back up there. Share. There it is. I got a nice little got some nice little features on here too, Wolfie. Look at this. Watch this here. I hope I work it right. This back here, Jonathan Taylor. Look at that. Look at
Oh shit.
He's your guy, man. And they got some really good pullers here. This is their tackle. They got good solid offensive line play, man. They'll pull and they'll open that thing up. They'll put hats on you, and he likes to spring it outside. He can see. He's got good, solid vision down the line here, man. Just look at some of these pulls. Snap the ball. You see some 71 is coming out here, man. He's looking for work out here. He's coming to what's called a full block, and they just trying to spring them all the time. They're trying to spring. He whipped a little bit on that, but they get out, man, 71 and 60, and they get a little feisty. Look at 13. You know, they're fighting a little bit. Hey, I like that. I like that. Phillip Rivers is changing the play. This cat,
Look at that dancing, dude.
he'll
Let's
find
talk
places.
about play.
He finds play. He's like a I don't know, you know, I know y'all a little bougie and everything, man, but a mouse will find a hole. If you seen Shawshank Redemption, Mr. Jangles, a mouse will find a hole. Look at these pulls here. This is a slice technique here. He's gonna go and kick out. You got number 60. Watch this guy. He will engage and come off of it and go back. These are some talented offensive linemen. I think it was 60. Let me see here. No, it's the guard. He engages the tackle, right? Comes off of him and goes and kicks out the forced defender.
Quentin Nelson, baby.
Quentin Nelson is nice with it. I can't front, man. And speaking as a person who loves good offensive line play, he kicks out. You got the slice happening with number 81 here. He's kicking his out on the slice. And watch Jonathan Taylor. Where's my thing? Watch this cat, man. Watch how he reads. He's hemmed up right there. That's supposed to be a loss. It's supposed
Taylor
to be
running back just runs right into that. Yeah,
he's supposed to be done. But look at how his vision is. He pops it over to the other side, lets his leverage get taken care of there, right? And then he's squeezing up in here. He's squeezing up in here for another. Is that 5 yards? And he's falling forward, Wolfie. He's falling forward. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8 more yards.
It's cave diving right there.
It's just those little subtleties. This is why I'm pretty sure he's leading the league in rushing. He's got
a shit ton of touchdowns. I know that.
1,440 yards, I believe. I'll check the stats. But he's good, man.
Yeah, he's really good. His one-cut ability is phenomenal. I love his one-cut ability. You cut out. No, you cut out. Can you guys hear me? Am I still here? I'm going to leave and come back.
It's everything.
Hello?
Wolfie, can you hear me? Everybody there? Everybody there. Wolfie, you there? Say something, Wolf. Talk to me, Goose. Oh, come on. Wolfie, can you hear me? Wolfie, you there? You there, Wolfie? Wolfie, you there? Wolfie, there?
There you go. All right. I hear you.
You there, bud?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. I got an echo now.
Yeah, you got an echo going on. Hold on. Am I still live? Yeah, okay.
Let me take this up here like this. How about that?
I don't hear an echo, so I think you're good now. Okay. I can hear you before you left. Papa Jason, I can hear you. Turn it on. I could also hear Wolfie before he left. And he says he can hear both of us.
How's that?
Yeah. Well, a little bit. There's a small echo.
Yeah, you're echoing now.
I'm echoing too.
You echoing too. It's
really?
Just, Let me take.
Hold on 1 second, folks. We are some technical difficulties going on. So stay in your seats.
Stay in your seats.
We're in the middle.
That sounds crazy.
Am I still echoing?
You're not. I am now. All right.
So anyway, what's happening here is that
Test.
so Jonathan Taylor's falling forward here, and that's something you should do. Every running back should do, because he was dead to rights. Like,
yes,
that one cut was insane, because that's a millisecond reaction. That, like, yeah, that is instinct. His one cut ability is phenomenal. His one cut and go is great too. That is exactly what you're saying with, like, the 49ers are going to have a little bit of a tough time with that, because I'm not saying we're not the greatest run stopper team right now, especially with all these injuries happening. Jonathan Taylor, if he just makes one guy miss on that D-line, he can take it to the house compared to other running backs where they would just run into that. So every hole matters. And I see that also in games where I'd be like, if you just cut there, bro, you could have just got a touchdown. Like, I've seen it multiple times. Jonathan Taylor has that vision where it's very rare. I'll be like, dude, if you just did like a one cut hop and go, you would have dodged that and gone. And Jonathan Taylor has that instinct. It's phenomenal. Sorry. You're gone, so I was trying to just take over for a second there.
It's all good.
Good.
How am I looking right now? I still got an echo.
It's very faint, if that means anything. Like, I can barely hear it. Like, I have to concentrate a little bit. Is that going to bother you?
I gotta take my stuff off.
Some OCD happening around. I don't blame you, though. I don't blame you. It's gonna be annoying.
It's that
I've played Xbox.
It's that new Mars.
Ugh. Hey, I'm big. Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Hug time. Hug time. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Seahawks. Appreciate it for the W. It's all right, Val. Appreciate you coming in here, supporting the channel and stuff like that. I do apologize for the ads, guys, on my channel. It supports the channel. Every single little bit helps. I do appreciate it. I do have the lowest frequency. But if you don't like the ads, you can always go to Tarredome's live. He doesn't have any ads, so you can support his channel and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. But yeah, so for the 49ers going up against the Colts right now, I said this earlier when we talked about it, the 49ers need to, like, just let the W come to them, right? Philip Rivers is limited. The quarterback is very limited right now. Good offensive line, don't get me wrong, even with both their tackles gone, this offensive line is still great. If this 49ers team can just not stop, because I don't expect them to stop Jonathan Taylor, but if they can just limit him, right, he's probably going to, like, if I'm got to be real, he's probably going to have a big run, one couple of them, and maybe one of them might be a touchdown, just to be realistic about it. But if you can limit that, right, and just allow one or two, and the 49ers offense performs, I think this team can win this game with 20-plus points. I can't imagine this Colts team, even with the running back like Jonathan Taylor, I can't imagine this Colts team actually beating the 49ers if they get 20-plus points. So I don't want this team to go into this game thinking it's just an easy W, take it seriously. But the reality of it, like, game plan wise, running back. That.
How about now?
Hey.
Man,
Hey.
Everything I know how to do. I edited and took myself out. What else can
I? Looking at the comments right now, even though we're rivals, you got to admit Stafford's MVP. I've been saying that all year. Matthew Stafford is definitely the MVP. Josh Allen has incredible moments, but he's also got way more bumps than Matthew Stafford does. Matthew Stafford's been has been significantly consistent with his play. So, without a doubt, without a doubt, Matthew Stafford is so the MVP. Even if he got hurt, even if he was out for the rest of the year at this point, I still think he wins it. It's just 2 games left. I still think he wins it.
Who, Matt Stafford?
Yeah, I think it's a lock, if you ask me, that he
Probably.
wins MVP.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else. Maybe if Myles Garrett destroys the sack record with these last 3 games of his, maybe. But you're like, no, it's not happening.
It's always a quarterback. Yeah.
It's always a quarterback. But that's incredible feat,
Quarterback.
regardless. And so it's kind of like he should deserve it if he breaks an all-time record like that. But you're right. It's a quarterback award. So
You know how they do.
yeah, you know they do. Yeah, like Saquon should have won that shit last year. Like, to be honest, I think. Christian McCaffrey a year before that, probably too. No echo, by the way. So you're good.
I'm downloading new Chalk Talk. Dang, I can't get rid of this echo. Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon and address your bar to allow access.
Oh, now we're back to echo.
This is after me. Oh, but
we might have to end this stream because he's having some difficulties here. We might have to jump into predictions
yeah.
because the echo's
All right.
probably going to drive you crazy.
Yeah, just gonna drive me crazy, everybody. I'm gonna end it and I'm gonna try to pick it back up. I'm gonna make a new stream and we're gonna go part 2. So y'all join back up. If you see the notification, jump back on, everybody. We walk by faith, not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. We'll be right back.
Deuces.